another perspective on Anthony Weiner's troubles tonight. In our very first Media Circus that MSNBC missed segment, we go back in time 4 years before MSNBC was born to January 27th, 1992, when the political sex scandal of the day erupted into a media circus, as it did yesterday, at a press conference at a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. Come back with us in time and imagine what it would have been like if MSNBC had the chance to cover the biggest bombshell that hit the Clinton campaign for president.
Bill Clinton took his case to the people today, saying the woman who claims a long love affair is a liar, which is the same charge she made against him today.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw, reporting tonight from NBC News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. No one wanted this presidential campaign to get sidetracked by stories of an extramarital affair, but tonight that's exactly what's happened as a result of allegations against Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton, widely regarded to be the leading Democratic candidate until last week. The issue is, who's lying, Clinton or the woman who today made her charges public? NBC's Andrea Mitchell is covering the story for us tonight. Andrea?
Tom, Bill Clinton had hoped that his appearance on 60 Minutes last night would end further questions about his personal life. That was wishful thinking.
At an elementary school in Jackson, Mississippi this morning, it was the first question a reporter asked.
I'm done with this. I've said everything I think I should say, and my wife has, and we're through with it.
Last night on 60 Minutes.
You know, I have acknowledged wrongdoing. I have acknowledged causing pain in my marriage. I have said things to you tonight and to the American people from the beginning that no American politician ever has.
You know, I'm not sitting here as some little woman standing by my man like Tammy Wynette. I'm sitting here because I love him and I respect him and I honor what he's been through and what we've been through together.
He implied having been unfaithful to his wife, but avoided a direct answer. He denied a long-term relationship with Jennifer Flowers, calling her a friendly acquaintance. At a news conference in New York, Flowers, who had been paid by a supermarket tabloid for her alleged confessions, called Clinton a liar.
Yes, I was Bill Clinton's lover for 12 years. And for the past 2 years, I have lied to the press about our relationship to protect him. The truth is, I loved him. Now he tells me to deny it.
Flowers would not answer questions about her background or what she had been paid to go public. Newsweek magazine reports that Flowers embellished her resume, that she had never appeared on the television show Hee Haw or won beauty pageants, as she'd claimed. Her lawyer insisted she had done some of those things, but acknowledged that her resume was not completely accurate. Flowers also produced a tape she claimed she made of phone conversations with the governor. But she released only excerpts, not complete conversations. There were obvious breaks in the conversation indicating the tapes were edited. There is no way to independently verify their authenticity, and none of the conversations prove her claims. In one alleged excerpt, she suggests that the governor helped her get her state job.
The only thing that concerns me, where I'm concerned at this point, is the state job.
Yeah, I never thought about that, but as long as you say you've just been looking for one, you'd check on it. If they ever ask if you talk to me about it, you say no.
Clinton's office says he referred her for the job as a routine matter. Late today, Clinton again denied Flowers' charges.
She didn't tell the truth. She hired a lawyer a year and a half ago, to say that anybody that said that was a liar and would be sued. And she admitted that she changed her position for money.
It is not yet clear how all of this will affect the outcome in New Hampshire 3 weeks from now.
Well, I thought it was an exercise in hypocrisy. I thought that he didn't answer the questions.
I think people have put these judges behind them. I think it's the media that's keeping it out in front.
Part of Clinton's strength was the perception that he was more electable than the other Democrats running this year. Now that is in question. Still, leading party members say if he is telling the truth, he can survive. Tom?
Thank you, Andrea.
Joining me now, Jonathan Alter and Margaret Carlson. Jonathan, you were at that press conference with Jennifer Flowers today. What was the feeling in the room? Any way Bill Clinton can survive this?
I think people are just unsure. The media is unsure about how to handle it, Lawrence. After leaving the hotel ballroom where that press conference by Jennifer Flowers took place, I went over to a studio and appeared on the Phil Donahue show. The audience was perplexed as to what to make of this. The media critics were perplexed as to whether the media should go there or not. I wrote that Newsweek story that showed that she had lied about some parts of her resume, so we're not sure how much to believe Jennifer Flowers, but clearly the idea that she was just an acquaintance of Bill Clinton's is not true.
Margaret Carlson, listening to those tapes today, I don't see any way Bill Clinton can survive this. Do you?
I don't see how President Clinton could survive either, Lawrence. I was at Time magazine at the time, opposite Jonathan at Newsweek, and I thought the minute there was a live person, and pictures, a moving picture, tapes, that all of the rumors about Bill Clinton were coming to fruition. They were there for all to see in the flesh of Jennifer Flowers, and not to put too fine a point on it. And so I thought, he's not that well known. He's doing well in New Hampshire. That's partly because nobody had wanted to run against George H.W. Bush, who was at about 90% popularity. So at that moment, I said, no, he cannot survive this.
Never seen anything like it. Margaret Carlson and Jonathan Alter, stay with us. Much more ahead on tonight's bombshell story. Jennifer Flowers' telephone tapes of her conversations with her lover, Governor Bill Clinton, Democratic candidate for president. And we're back in 1992 on the day when Jennifer Flowers played her telephone tapes of presidential candidate Bill Clinton to a packed press conference in a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. Let's listen to a portion of those tapes.
Well, he better not get on there and start naming names.
Well, all the people who are named denied. That's all. I mean, I expect them to come look into it and interview you and everything. But I just think that if everybody's on record denying it, you got no problem.
Back with me again, Jonathan Alter and Margaret Carlson. Let's take a look at the latest poll in New Hampshire. It shows Bill Clinton about 21 points ahead, big lead over Bob Kerrey in second place. You got Clinton at 39, Kerrey at 18, Tsongas, local hero, at 14, Senator Harkin at 5, Jerry Brown at 3%. Margaret Carlson, this looks like Bob Kerrey's moment. I don't see what prevents him from running right up to the front of the pack now. Clinton collapsing, Bob Kerrey fills that in.
Well, you have him and you have Tsongas who could take advantage of this situation. But there is a way in which Bill Clinton could take advantage of the situation, which is he's not that well known. He can show that he can handle a crisis. This is an opportunity to be not like Gary Hart, whom you'll recall was a grim, fleeting presence after the Donna Rice affair. So there is an opportunity, and one thing we know is that Hillary Clinton is not going to break character. She's shown that. She is going to play the good wife all the way through.
Jonathan Alter, I guess we're going to find out what kind of difference that makes. Just 4 years ago, 1988, the Democratic frontrunner Gary Hart collapsed in a sex scandal. His wife was not very publicly supportive of him. You see Hillary Clinton in the 60 Minutes piece really trying to hold this candidacy together.
Right. Last night on that special edition of 60 Minutes, monster audience right after the Super Bowl. And I happened to be at Steve Kroft's house for a Super Bowl party, and we watched his interview. And afterward, I was talking to Don Hewitt, the founder of 60 Minutes, on the phone. And Hewitt said to me, look, this might actually help Bill Clinton. It's a huge amount of national exposure. Now, he's not exactly getting off on the right foot with a lot of people who don't know him, but it might enhance people, as Margaret said, thinking that he responds well in a crisis. Bob Kerrey is not responding well to this. He's kind of a mess out on the campaign in New Hampshire last week. He was very unimpressive when I watched him. Bill Clinton, on the other hand, was able to kind of segment the different parts of his life, and he was great on the stump.
Bob Kerrey doesn't have to do a thing, Jonathan. Just watch Clinton collapse. That'll have to be the last word for tonight. Jonathan Alter and Margaret Carlson, thank you for joining me. And thanks for playing along in our media circus that MSNBC missed. The Rachel Maddow Show is up next. Good evening, Rachel.
You know, I'm having such weird flashbacks to be living through the early 90s. That was actually upsetting for ways you did not intend.
That was exactly the idea.
I feel like I'm wearing acid wash right now.
Okay. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Lawrence. And thanks to you at home for staying with us for the next hour.